Thank you so much for joining me in today's Moments with Clara. I was thinking about the grief of child loss and how I have spent my days and weeks and months and years now grieving the loss of my two sons. And as I think back, I'm thinking that the more I tried to fight the pain of grief, the harder it was to get through a day of grieving. Does that make sense? I know in our own lives we hate feeling that feeling of pain and loneliness and emptiness, defeat, loss, all of those feelings that hurt so much. We don't like it in our own life, and we definitely don't like to see those feelings in the lives of another. Yet, when it comes to grieving, I think the hard, cold fact of life is that as parents and grandparents and siblings of child loss, we are going to grieve and we are going to grieve hard. And sometimes the more we fight those feelings, the harder it gets. Let me explain it. Like in my own life, I know that I have struggled really hard with the loss of both of my sons, really hard. There are days when I just didn't want to face the world. And the more I pushed myself to get out there and somewhat be positive and even encourage others, the harder it was for me. It is on those occasions when I actually stepped back and I allowed myself to feel the pain, the really hard pain of losing my boys, that I actually got through the day. And I was able to have the strength for the next day and the next day and the next day. Sometimes it helps us to remember and to remind ourselves it's okay to not be okay. It's okay to grieve and to grieve hard. It's okay to express our brokenness through tears. It's okay to say, I am really having a rough day today. We're going to have rough days. We're going to have a lot of rough days. Like I said, that's just part of this grief journey. When we struggle, when we fight, when we try to push the grief under a rug, so to speak, it doesn't work. We then experience what I like to call the grief pileup, and then it just packs on so hard that we really, really have a tough time climbing out of that deep hole of despair. So for today, I want to leave you with a message of, I hope it's a message of hope. Just feel your feelings. Don't be afraid of them. If you're having a really hard time, feel it. Allow yourself to feel the brokenness of child loss. You will have days like this, excuse me, and you will get through. I promise you, you will. It's when we fight it that it becomes worse. So for today, rest. Take a break if you need to. Step back from life if you need to. Feel the pain, knowing that tomorrow will be a better day. I promise you it will be. And I will be back again tomorrow with another Moment with Clara.